everybody has their struggle no matter what. Everyone has some struggle that they have. I guess that was part of like the 30 Days of Genius. It's filled with multiple stories of struggle of how these folks have overcame their struggles and succeeded. And
Vibe, your vibe, let it collide. Find your tribe where truth can't hide. So vibe, your vibe.
all right, so here we are with Konrad Mašrak. Did I say it right?
Yeah, Mašrak. Mašrak.
And so this is going to be about presence and perspective. And he's Polish born, and he's a adventurer and a cyclist and photographer.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Say, hey,
good to watch.
Thanks for being here. I really appreciate you connecting with me, because we only got to spend maybe 5-10 minutes together on the Camino, just outside of Lyon.
Aha. Okay. Now I'm start connecting all stars from the which part. We met there on the top of this place. Kirk. Oh,
right,
wow.
with my wife, Elena.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
And unfortunately, I lost my Instagram and Facebook and Meta. So I had to, I don't know how we got reconnected, but I sought you out and said, hey, can you come on for a podcast? Because I'd love to talk about your trip. And, we have this connection because we both did the Camino and we both did it on a bicycle.
That was really amazing meet, because when I spoke with the person who's walking, you can explain that it's totally different experience, like when you met person from bicycle and the walk. Yeah,
I mean, for sure. Unfortunately, we had too big of a language barrier, but we met a man that was Asian. I don't know if you saw him. He was on what looked like a folding bike. I don't know if you probably came across him. A folding bike, and he had a little backpack on the back of it, and it had little wheels that were this big.
Uh-huh.
Did you happen to pass him?
No, I think no.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the way it is with the Camino, there's so many different roads and so many different routes that, or he might have been in a coffee shop and Konrad just blazed on by him. But we got to run into him a couple of times. And just, you get to know people, right? So you wave and you're like, oh, I remember you.
Yeah, this is the beautiful experience from the Camino. Like you made the same way with a lot of person. And I have a lot of experience when I meet person, for example, in Pamplona. This is the 100 kilometers from start, Frances way from Saint Jean. And in the last days, all my travel before Santiago, I meet the same person. And when I go to Finisterre, I meet person from the first day or when I'm stay in Albergue. And that experience are amazing. Like after this all time, you see the same person and it's just, wow, you're on the bicycle and you are walking and we are on the same day. It's amazing.
They were walking and made it the same day as you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. They were fast.
From another side, I will slow.
I don't know. I can't. And then I got to see that you went to Finisterre and Muscia.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I saw was the picture of Finisterre at the 0 kilometer at Finisterre.
Yeah. Yes, I was in Finisterre, and the time what I'm spent there was for me, wow, very big experience, because when I came to Santiago, it's just, okay, I'm here, this is the destination, but I don't feel nothing. But when I came to Finisterre, that confirmation, I made this all way, and this quiet and peace in mind, in head, and just constant. You're sitting on the rocks, see everywhere around of you is the water, the person, what you meet on the way, and just spoke with them. They came, 2-3 minutes spoke, they go away, and Constance, quiet. Plus first sunrise. Sunrise is when suns go down, or this sunset?
No, sunset.
It's sunset, okay. And to sunset, I'm decided to go to top of this mountain behind the Finisterre, and I find the metal construction there was the antenna of satellites, and being there with this windy time was hard, but the sunset was worth it. Totality.
Yeah, we did the same, and it was super foggy. So the clouds had covered everything. And my wife was like, do we just go back to the hotel and forget it? We had bought snacks and a bottle of wine to enjoy at the top by the lighthouse. And I'm like, no, let's do like we've been doing. Let's just go with it. You know, it doesn't matter. It's just go with it. We get up there, the clouds all left, and we had this beautiful sunset. It was amazing. I was wondering if you had learned anything on the Camino, or what was your takeaway from the Camino?
Lessons from Camino, a lot of experience and the moments and conversation and people on this way was really amazing. But using only one word, this is it. Being on this way, like, takes your time. Go there for 3 weeks. Go there for 2 weeks or 1 week. Everything's fine. How many times you have? I pass a lot of person who make, for example, part of the way from Pampelune to Burgos because they have 1 week. They make this way, and after 2-3 months, they came back to make next part of the way. But in my opinion, being the 1 month, it's the most important experience because your mind was totally clear with this normal daily life, and you start think with your distance, different perspective about all your life. Plus, this time you meet the person from different part of the world. So, new perspective, new cultures, everything came to you, and you see how you are changing like a person on this way. And for me, this is the biggest experience and the most important part of that way. You are changing like a person. Maybe from first sight, you didn't see that. But with long term, in moments like what I have now, quiet, staying on the nature, and a lot of things came to me. When I start my travel, when I be in France, when I be on the Camino, what's then happened? Because all my way is like, it's like metaphor of life. Every day is the new life. And the question is what I'm do to lesson through this life, for this life. Of course, it's a lot of days when you are without energy and you feel something angry, you feel something noisy or bad things, but it's normally. The question is what we do with this, which way we gonna go, which we decided to do, which person we will be in something situation. And that's creating that's adventure.
That's an amazing answer. I experienced the same thing. I experienced some anger. I had a bicycle that I rented, and it wasn't a very good bike. And I feel like they probably should have known it wasn't a very good bike. The bike chain had broken. And so as Konrad probably knows, I doubt that Konrad even, did you experience a broken chain on your trips?
Yes, I'm changing the chain 1 to 3 times.
Did it break though, or was it just worn out?
They finish it.
Oh, it broke. So you had a broken chain too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time it didn't bother me. And then my bottom bracket was worn out. I don't know if you know what a bottom bracket is. That's where the cranks connect.
Huh?
The center part is the bottom bracket. And then I was okay with that. But then the chain broke in 3 places, and a little piece I lost. So I wasn't able to put it back together, and I got pretty upset about that. So they said if you can get to Azura, I think is a city. There was a bike shop there, and they said they'll get me a new bike. And I'm upset about the bike. We get to the place that we're going to spend the night. And the old man there, he goes, "Why are you so upset about this stupid bike?" He goes, "Look what's standing right next to you. My wife." And he goes, "I don't have my wife anymore. She died." So you learn lessons. The bike is just a stupid bike. Why do you get so angry about it? So that was a nice takeaway from me. That was a lesson that I learned. You have some very nice things standing right in front of you, and sometimes we don't even know it. I don't want to say that I take my wife for granted, but sometimes you just you let other things creep in there and consuming your mind and your thoughts. And at the end of the day, it's not important. You call the bike shop, they're going to give you a new bike. You go to the bike shop, you trade bikes, you get another bike, you keep going. In your case, you had to put on 3 chains. You just go get a new chain, you put it on, you keep going. That one really made me start to think a little bit about how you react. Like you said, you can choose how you react. There's a lot of different things that happen along the way. So I'm curious, did you feel like there were any miracles or anything that you had during your trip? Did you experience anything like that?
Yes.
We had tiny miracles. I'll call them tiny miracles.
Now I think about the God and I see the person what I meet. And God is an old person what you meet on the way. God is everywhere. When you are in the worst moment and you think the all is impossible to do, your mind is knack, your body told you no, your equipment stop you because you push the bicycle to top of the hill and the elevation is too biggest to reading with them. And you feel that moment, everything inside of you and from outside is pushing to lock at you. And you feel that stretch inside your body, mind and everything. And in one moment, just accepting that's all. Because if you can control them, you feel this biggest stress because, my mind told me no, my body, it's pain of the legs. Plus elevation. And when you go to that biggest, as soon as possible stretch, and in this moment, that was transfer to accept. And where is the wave of this situation? Now it's nothing because you accept it. And this is the lessons for what the biggest teachers of the world and the people with experience, learning youngest, we can decide it about our reaction. You see, for example, or your body automatically throw reaction. I'm angry because of this. And it's okay when you see that, because from first sight, you can be this reaction. And I'm reacting like this. This first step. The second step, you see this reaction, what is inside of you. And you're looking for that with, interested. Why? And you go deeper. Why I'm reacting like this? Because a lot of information from outside, because of family, people around of me, this place where I live, programming this reaction inside my body. And from the next third step, you decided, I don't want to reacting like this. For example, daily moment before our podcast. And that was for me very big, because I feel stress. Like I see this thing what came to me. Hey, Konrad, maybe you don't want to speak good in English. Maybe something will be wrong. And it's okay. Like, I'm not this all thing what came to me. Of course, this thing create my perspective, my feelings and everything. But when you see, like, hey, it's not mine. I don't want to make like this. And you decided to changing your perspective with bottle of water. What you see here?
A bottle of water.
Yeah. Maybe something part can talk only this water, or you have a lot of air plus water. Half water or half nothing. I don't know how to translate in English.
Yeah, I think it's, is the bottle half empty or half full?
Oh, yeah, exactly. And this is it. How you managing your perspective? Which perspective helps you and why you decided to make them?
What was really interesting for us is that we didn't realize that some people used a baggage service from hotel to hotel. And then on our last day, we decided to just go with it. But then Elena's like, let me just go ask this man if he can take our bags to our final hotel. And so she just goes approach him, and for, I think it was €5, is hardly anything he charged. He's like, sure, I'll take your bags for you. It really lightened our load, and it made the last day a lot easier and special. So that was something that was interesting that happened to us. Another time we were having a really hard time with our bikes. It was very steep. We took from La Faba to El Cebreiro. We took the wrong route, and the route that we took was a lot harder and steeper.
Oh, so baggage sending and let's make this for our mind. No, not with Wave.
And so we stopped, and it was very interesting. So we stopped and we found, just growing wild off of the side of the road where we happened to stop, was a lot of mint. That brought back a memory for Elena of her grandparents' house that she used to visit. And they had mint plants, and they would put mint in their tea and stuff. And so we grabbed some mint, we put it in our water bottles, and it was a nice memory. I said, see there, your grandfather's rooting for you. Let's get this done. Mm-hmm. So lots of neat stories like that. So what started this for you? Like, what was the genesis, the beginning? Because you just started not too long ago on your adventure.
Oh, you touched it very, I'm thinking about it the last days. Like, because the moment in my life, how it's looking is like, before I'm working in Amazon in Germany, I'm go to this job with intention. I'm start with white sheet of paper. I'm stay the last part of my life, and I came to Amazon. 2 months I'm delivery package, like courier. And that was good time to me, because when I can't unknock the door and the person is not at home, I need searching solutions. And I feel that like, okay, I need search something another way to deliver this package. And then I spoke with person. And that was time when I start delecting between interaction with other person. After 2 months, for my lucky, my motivation, I grow up to office, to dispatcher, and then I be the manager. And that experience was amazing. Was very hard. First month, first time I'm been in thinking, work, like typical managing operation behind of the scene. And then I start see with time, okay, good benefits, but it's not that what I like it. Okay, these benefits, I'm investing on my passion in bicycle and everything. And I'm start see, okay, so when I'm on the good position, let's using them and takes all holidays free to go biking from Italy to Marseille, from Marseille to Paris, and came back to Poland. But with time, week by week, all time I go and -1 level, -1. And I'm start to feel like I am in this film, but my hands is like this in reality. I stay in front of decision which way I want to choose, or way of film, like don't thinking about the people only makes the rules and you must make this and take control about you. And that's what I see 99% of person choose that, or go my way, stay to the person sides. We are the humans in something firm. Firm is building. Human is building that firm. So for me, it's easier. I choose the person sides. And for that, slowly, I'm start having the problems. And I'm decided, okay, I go my way. And I have the last 2 months what was more quiet. And I'm cutting my person, like totality from this film. I'm not interpretate me like a manager only. Okay, I'm Konrad, but I am on this position. So what position needs to me and what I can give to this position to other person, not the film. And that was the best time in this job. I'm quit that and choose my way. Takes the bicycle and go travel it. The last part, when you finish your job, you have this last 2 weeks, last 3 months of working, and then your contract is totally finished. My friend behind the boss, Dennis, give me 4 weeks, that's time, and I don't need to go to job. So another day, I'm decided, okay, Dennis, I take the bicycle and I go travel it. And that was my first trip from Dresden in Germany to Poland. And then was the start of all my Camino. Because when I came back from Poland to Germany, I see the information, 3,200 kilometers, Santiago de Compostela. And I talk to myself, hey, Konrad, you heard about it maybe 1 year ago. Okay, I talk to myself, for 2 years, when everything will be stabilized, I will be constant, I can go this way. But 1 week ago, the words pushed me second time in German. And when I saw that, I feel, it's confirmation. So let's take the bicycle and from Marseille go to Santiago de Compostela. And now from last 2 months, I go this way from Marseille to here, and we met on the
Where's
way.
here? Where are you now?
And now I am 4 kilometers near Santiago.
You're near Santiago again. Okay.
Yes, I be in Santiago. I go to Finisterre. I go to half part of Muxia, and I came here.
So you're hanging out now, like today in Santiago?
I am 3-4 kilometers near Santiago.
Oh, okay. Still in Spain.
Yeah, still in Spain. Because the last days I think to make something trekking trip, because riding a bicycle is fine, but be something more relaxed when I can more slow my body and start thinking, not only organize, like on a bicycle, you know how it's looking. All time, everything's going faster. So something second side, more relaxed, and trekking will be fine. And I think about Gran Canaria because the flight ticket is cheap, but to connecting with my travel, better is go to Parcos de what's name this mountain between Gijón and Santander. There is the national park.
Okay.
In north side of Spain. And I think there I can go Camino Primitivo and then leave the bicycle, go walking for 10 days and came back to my way.
Okay. Wow. So now you're going to do it trekking.
Yes.
I think you'll be able to connect with people maybe a little bit easier with the trekking.
All time walking with them, like a little difference. And that will be more like pilgrims, not like bikers.
My wife I couldn't believe it. She said she'd like to do it again, but she wants to do it trekking when we have more time so that we can just walk.
Super. That will be really great. I recommend that for all, I see the last days when I'm walking, I go to Santiago 4 kilometers and I came back from Santiago. What's happened in this walk? Like the consciousness of your body are biggest. Like when you're biking, you more see around. Of course, you have moment when you see inside. But when you're walking, me personality, I have biggest consciousness of my legs, of the body. I see how it's look, how it's poo-poo with the heart, how came the breathe, and more feeling the body because it's slowest.
Are you able to even feel your heartbeat maybe in your fingers and toes as well?
Like more get out from head because I see the biggest part of my life. I'm staying ahead. And when you walk, slowest and you are not focused. When you're reading a bicycle or reading a car, how many things you see?
It takes more focus, right? If you're riding a car or motorcycle or a bicycle, you have to be a little bit more intentional about your actions while you're in the conveyance. Whatever you're in, you have to be, looking out for things.
Exactly.
If you're on a bike, you want to look out for a big rock that's in the middle and you hit it, you could fall. So it's a little less focus on what you're doing and more focus, like you said, on your own consciousness and maybe your body. You can think more about being conscious about your body and your heartbeat and things like that. So
how we can name this? You are all time in stress. Why? Because you are focused. What is stress? It's like make a little small perception, but focus it on something. You see on the information, you see on the road, you see on the streets and everything. But when you're walking, you are relaxed. You can just open your perception and just seeing without focus. The last days I have time like this when I'm just going and you see, you are not focusing for search something typical like this. See this point, all time see that point, but you didn't see exactly what is around. But when you see like this, I'm start feeling the energetic system of the life. When you see for the tree, when you see for the flower, when you see the animal, this is really insane. Like when you are focused, what's happening in your body, and when you are relaxed, when you just think without touch, without nothing, it's the amazing part. Our being, like human, we can focus it and we can be relaxed.
Yeah, just be.
Yeah.
You been on the road for how long now?
It's a good question. I'm start the 7th of July. Today we have 17th of November. So it's 131 2 days, something like this.
Okay. How long do you think you're going to stay on the road?
It's a very good question because now my first plan, like with biggest overview, not only that's trekking, is came back to Poland, then stay 3, maybe 4 weeks to make the social medias and the videos and everything, or organizing and plan for the next part. And after this, after winter, I'm planning to go with bicycle to Norway and north side of Europe, and then the rest countries in Europe is the first plan. Then Asia with bicycle, but for that, slowly. Let's focus it on Europe and being here and creating and exploring. This is the most important part. Like go to bar, spoke with other person. When you don't know Spanish, create something interaction with them. Of course, you can meet the person who don't want to talk with you or something. But here person are...
Most are very open.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still selling your photos?
Yes, of course. Here I have my photos. It's like maybe part of that all. It's very good time to me. Just go in the cities and spoke with another person and see your reactions and the reaction of other person. It's amazing. It's amazing.
To explain that further, when I met Konrad and he's telling me about his adventure, and he told me he had quit his job to do this adventure, and I'm like, well, how are you funding this? And he's like, I take pictures and I sell them. And he pulls out. I just thought it was very interesting. And then I'm looking at his photos, and I was explaining to Konrad, like, these are actually really good. And he just took up photography. I'm happy to hear that you're still sticking with it. He goes and prints these photos. He puts, I guess you have a stamp.
Yeah.
You stamp your Instagram on the back and your YouTube, I guess. And so people can follow him. And so that's how he's funding his travels. So I thought that's a quite interesting adventure that he's having, to take these photos and then sell them. And he's quite skilled at it. And I'm not sure with our language barrier that he caught on to that, but I was looking at the photos and critiquing them, and I'm like, you're doing a lot of things here the right way. One of the things that I found really interesting is he had taken a photo. I bought it because I thought it was really interesting, and it's kind of like next level stuff. Most people that are in photography will understand the rule of thirds. And usually the rule of thirds, you apply it to your subjects. So you'll have a rule of thirds and you apply it to the subjects. He had taken some photos where he applied the rule of thirds not only to the subjects, but also to the light and to the shadows. And that's like next level. And that's where you really, you'll look at a photo and you're like, why do I like this so well? And it's that rule of thirds, not only applying to the subject, but also applying to the light and shadows. And so light and shadows is really what creates nice looking photos, is the shadows. Shadows are so important. Folks will look at a nice, bright, sunny day at 12 noon and say, oh, wow, this is great light. And I'm like, no, it's too high and it's too harsh. And it's you want to be in the shade, and then maybe light up in the shade. Or if you're in the full sunlight, you can use it, but you'll have to overpower it with artificial lighting to really get some nice shots. But he definitely has some natural talent. And I told him I was going to send him some links, and I'm going to remind him again, because he's at a point in his life where he probably has the time to watch it, is there was a video that Chase Jarvis put out, a series, and it's free. It's when he was with Creative Live, and he created this 30 Days of Genius. And I don't know if you had a chance to see that. And apologies, my Instagram got shut down, so I wasn't able to send you the link. But now that we're reconnected, I'll send him the link. But I highly recommend it. It's a 30 Days of Genius, and it's not really much about photography so much as just telling different people's stories on where they had started and the struggles that they had and how they overcome them. You know, it's interesting that you just meet everybody. You meet so many different people. You look at successful people and think, oh, wow, like I have a neighbor that's a professional baseball, a former professional baseball player. You think, wow, he was so lucky. He was a former baseball player, professional. His team played in the World Series this year, and I talking to them, they unfortunately lost. I'm like, oh, how was the game? And they're like, well, my team lost. And he's like, yeah, and I still don't have a ring. And he tells me his story about the World Series. So he was in the minors, and he was getting called up to go play for the team that year went to the World Series, like literally 1 or 2 games out from the World Series. Mm-hmm. And he stubbed his toe, and he was the next on the roster to go. Like, this was like a guarantee thing. He was going to go and he was going to pitch. He was a pitcher. He stubbed his toe and he never made it, never got a ring. And the guy that went instead got that ring instead of him. And it's just very bittersweet, right? That he missed it from stubbing his toe. I guess it, because I think you land on your toe, or your feet are very important with the pitching motion. I'm not super into baseball and the pitching, but I'm certain that if you stub your toe and your team's going to the World Series, it would definitely knock you out of contention because although it's a minor injury, it's still an injury. It's going to impact your performance, and you need to be at 100%. That's the first time he shared that story with me, and I was just like, wow. And my wife elbows me. She's like, see, everybody has their struggle no matter what. Everyone has some struggle that they have. I guess that was part of like the 30 Days of Genius. It's filled with multiple stories of struggle of how these folks have overcame their struggles and succeeded. And that's why I was sharing that with Conrad. And I was just happy he was just such an energetic person when we met him. And we had such a good connection just in a matter of seconds of him stopping, because he had just climbed a hill and we weren't actually able to climb it on the bicycle. We had to push our bikes. We were still all very positive, and he was positive, and it was a nice meeting. And obviously, Conrad, you made an impact on me. I wonder how many people you made it also, besides myself and my wife, made an impact of. We kept thinking, I wonder if Conrad's already in Santiago. We have to keep pushing.
I think the stories of the person, like that what you said, the person, what we see, that person has success. This is the one point. But what is before? What is the whole story? How they start? What decision they make? How many falls they make on the way? How many times they wake up and go, stretch, trying, exploring. I see that now in my life. When I was younger, I thinking more a lot of makes money, be millionaire and whatever. And I'm interested, wow, this person has this, and I go not my way. But in reality, when you start see what you like it, and you start doing, and you're doing, and you're doing, and with time, in which place you are, and what decision from 1 year ago. In travel, the one day is like one life. So when I see this all things from 6 months ago, I'm planned go to this travel with budget 2,000 euro. That will be for me like, okay, wow, that will be amazing. And I can slowly go. But in reality, I go to travel with 120 euro. Because I need to pay this, wow. I need to pay this, I need to pay this, and something, problems I have with before, but I have my plan. I go to travel, and that can be very good option. Like I see when I was youngest, a lot of things blocked me. Things from home. You don't have money, you can't do something. Because I'm start all my travel with 120 euro. And in day 5, my travel, my daily budget was 10 euro per day for it. And in Italy, what's enough? But in 5 days of travel, I'm crashed the 2 tubes and I need both new tire. So all money is go away. I make debit on my bank account, minus 10 euro, and I have 10 euro in my wallet. And what I can make next? I see this negative dive of things, what came to me. Konrad, what you doing? You need to call to parents for money. You are behind. They go to Poland. You are alone in this place. But okay, I'm accepting this dive what came to me. But I'm decided what's next? What I will do? Focus it on this dive what came to me or solve this problem. And I'm decided, okay, let's solve it. So, easy logic. What I can make? I don't have money. How I can make money? I can call to parents, takes credit, go to job. Let's go to job. And I see the first team who take care the garden. And I go to them and they told me, no, boss is not here, but he don't find workers. And then I be like, okay, so give me smoke with him. No, he's not here, blah, 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 blah. After 10 minutes of spoke came the second guy, and I see, okay, so here I can create nothing. Okay. And with this accepting fact, I came back to my tent, sleep one more night, and came back to my route. My intention was, okay, Konrad, trust the process, and go. And because I have the pasta and tomato sauce, so I have something to eat. And another day, when that was something between 12 and 13, I'm staying in the small village to make a picture of the main square. And one old Italian guy saw me and it's looking interaction like, who are you? Hey, what are you doing with bicycle? Come on, cafe. And we go for coffee. I told him all my stories, what I needed and everything. And he told me, no, I can't help you. But after 10 minutes, when I drink the coffee and I'm planning to go away, came his friend. And I talked to him my story and he shows me, I have the firm of Brooker, take care of bricks and the buildings, something around the home. And he told me, hey, I can't take you to job like this, but you can make around my home. And in this moment, I have the job for 3 days and I'm worth with €150. In the end.
Really?
Yeah.
€150 in 3 days.
In 3 days, I'm take care
So
for the
went
garden.
From 0 to 150.
Minus 10. From minus 10 to 150.
Minus 10 to 150. Wow. I like the words that you said. You said, trust the process.
Yes, because how many times we have stressed, we are worried, we don't know what we need to do. And all time we have situation like this. And it's just because of worries and stress it and vibration inside your body, you takes decision. Of course, you can do this. But the most important is trust. Like when you don't know, take your time. Theoretically, when we have situation, we have option A or B, go right or left. But we have the third option, takes your time. Don't take the decision. And being with the situation, this is two. Option number C. And sometimes this cannot working. But what is the main reason? Never mind what you choose. If you say you can make something or you can't make something, in these two situations, you're right.
100%.
In these two situations, it's right because this is your decision. This is your way.
You say you can. Let me repeat to make sure I understand. You're saying if you say I can, then you will. And if you say you can't, then you won't. You decide your own reality. You decide what is going to happen and the outcome before you even started. So you said, Konrad, trust the process. And you went back out there. You heard no a couple of times, but then the guy says, hey, you can just come to my house. I've got work for you to do.
Let's go. After these 3 days, I see the plus and I see the minus of this experience. What's helped me, what's not helped me. My decisions and all time. In reality, our life is all decisions. Why? Because when you live, when you being in this world, takes decision. You have two options. Takes decision consciousness. I decided takes this, or you don't decide it and you go automatically unconsciousness in this life. And of course, this time is too important because when you feel something smashed me a lot of time and I feel that pain, I need change something. So let's check what is bad, what I can change, and testing. And you step solution for this situation. But what is the most important? Consciousness, decision. When you don't take difference moving, the results will be all time the same. That when you make the same things, you have the same results.
You're quite a wise young man for not having very many years. So, Vadim Zeeland?
Zealand, yeah. The mechanics of reality. It's really helpful when how is looking the systems aggregators. For example, firm, brand Amazon, all brands, all person has their own energetic system. And now when you go to firm like Amazon, and you are connecting to this energetic system of the firm, you're giving your life to that system. And what you have from system, You have money. This is it. And in my opinion, to which path is going our life? To create our own system. Because this is system building for Jeff Bezos. And this system has plus and minus for me. But what is the most important thing in this system? How I'm reacting with this system. Plus is cool, benefits is cool, but this bad things for me is how, with long term, where you focus it, and how this firm reacting for you. Better situation. When I be in France, I have two conversation with my friend, and another day I wake up, I don't have money, what I can make. And I feel biggest stress to take credit or find a job. And I decided, okay, I find a job. And I go to 20 restaurants to asking them if they need something help in the kitchen. And restauration 22, she told me, yeah, I need it. And I feel something is wrong in this place, but I don't know why. Okay, let's interest it and be here. Another day, I wake up 120% like new person. And I decided to go to job. What's happening? I'm interpretate my person like connecting to this restaurant in energetic level. And I feel after 2 hours, I'm 0% of battery. What's happening? All my life, all my vitally energy, I give to that firm. After this, I'm decided, no, I don't want to do that. I am in this place, but I work for myself. I clean the dishes and plates and everything. I will make a good job. What's happening next? I start feeling like slowly my energy is going down, and the people around of feel that. It's like your perception, how many things you see around of you. For example, I have this skills natural when I see schemas everywhere, and I see like before the situation I'm being and how person reacting for me, and before, behind, and after. That was the situation when I give all my energy to that system. And about things like this, say that book. But which book is too really interested for me? Conversation with God. Neil Donald Walsh, part number 1, because this part is talk about us, human, how we working, and what is our target and everything. And this is very good perspective to keep your mind. Robin Sharma, too, I'm really like it, like how to be leader. But in reality, this part of growing intellectuality is coming from the same place, which is the point 0, how you see yourself. What pictures of you have in your mind. Because how you see yourself, that's you reacting. For example, exercise for me. When I have something target, like go to Canary Islands, what I need? Money to go to plane and travel it then. So how I can make money? I can selling photo. So now I'm visualize myself, my person in this situation, how I'm spoke with this person, what feels I have in this situation, how is looking my movement, how I'm staying. And I keep that energy and stay that picture is in my mind. And now I am this person, not I will be this person. I am this person. What does it mean? The resonance of our body was automatically changed. And in this situation, what
part of the body? What did you say?
Our frequency, what we have in our body was changed.
Oh, okay. Frequency. Okay. Gotcha.
This also came to the one place because what is the materia? Materia is building from atoms. What is inside atoms? 99.9% of nothing. What's this nothing? It's energy. So frequency. Which frequency has nature? Which frequency has emotion? To what emotion? Happy, sad, scared. This also is frequency when we see from the point of 0. So in our mind, frequency is thing. So when you visualize your person, when, okay, I'm confident in something situation and I'm accepting and everything, and you keep this frequency, your body automatically can change it. When you go to the situation, you see when your program is thinking, schema plus feeling in body can tell you, I'm scared, I feel something stress, but trust it, accept it. You can reprogrammatize your mind and your body. It's only time and doing and doing and doing and trying. Why? When you're learning how to riding a bicycle, how long you need it to reading well?
Yeah, a while. It wasn't immediate.
So the same schema is in all life.
The same what, schema? Are you saying schema?
The same schema is in all life. Keep doing.
The same schematic or schema? I'm not understanding.
Schemat is in Polish. How to say that? System.
Schematic. Schematic could be like a drawing or a system. So it's like almost like a map, maybe. Okay.
Yeah. The same system.
Sorry, guys. We do have a understand. English is not his first language, so it's all good, Konrad. I just wanted to make sure I understand what you were saying.
Okay.
Yourself have the ability to change the frequency and therefore the map on the direction that you're going. Is that what you're saying?
Need to be seller and you visualize it and you know it. It's the point of start because you think and you can talk to yourself. It's still very good exercise. I have like this. And how will you spoke with another person? You feel what's emotion get out with your body and you feel it that. But when you are in this situation, this is it. Because you see, okay, in my mind and when I spoke to myself, it's working. So now let's go to other person and which program, which schemat is get out from your body, from your brain. Maybe you're watching movie Kung Fu Panda. Did you watch?
Maybe what? Watching what?
Movie Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda. Okay, gotcha. Kung Fu Panda, right?
The first part, pandas. He was, wow, because the biggest five, he's fighting, whatever. But something situation pushing he to be there, yeah? And he go to this clash store and they start training with them. And how is looking his situation from the beginning till the all way to this time when he's opened this golden, I don't know what spell that. The sheet of, there was the instruction to all mystery instruction. What was the inside? The mirror. Which person you are to take this? This is the ascension of our life. What person you will be to the road to your target. For example, learning Spanish. What person you be to spoke with this language, to learning them, how many pulses you have and what situation you have on this way. Start, very good spoke. How is looking this way?
Interesting. I think I've never thought myself as a fluent Spanish speaker. And maybe the reason why I never spoke Spanish fluently is because I never thought myself to be a fluent Spanish speaker.
Mm-hmm.
If I would change my brain and say that I will be a fluent Spanish speaker, maybe I would pick up on that schematic. Is that kind of what you're saying?
You must be this person.
Because I know a lot of Spanish. I understand a lot, yet I'm probably my own worst enemy in that sense because I've never thought of myself as a Spanish speaker. And so I'm still not because I never thought of myself as one.
Which person's learning Spanish? For example, this Konrad can learn Spanish, but now this Konrad has type of character, this Konrad has program negative who don't want to help him, this, and okay, you can start with this level, but when you interpretate yourself, okay, this Konrad is Spanish speaker, okay, so now he know maybe 10 words, okay, Konrad, Spanish speaker, has 10 words. How Konrad, Spanish speaker, can learn it more words and how he can use it, why he can use it, what is his intention, what is his essential of life, this main point of his thought. Because what is beautiful? All person is beautiful. All person has their own talents, their own type of being, their own skills. Person like you didn't find second person of the world. And now how you can use that's all person what you are. Plus how person you can be.
Are you sharing any of this on your YouTube or your Instagram or anything, or these thoughts that you have? I think a lot of people would find it quite interesting and would follow you and want more.
That I would told you.
Or is it mostly in Polish that you post?
Instagram I'm using in English language. Polish language I'm using in Facebook.
Okay.
That's what we talk here. It's like all my ascension of Istot. And I think I know about it. I would share that for a lot of person to showing there's something different part of my world. They can find something to themselves, but I don't do it before. And now I see something's pushing me to share it. Yeah, because this is it. Like when you have something value, something, a lot of money, for example, and you have this money, what can happen? Yeah, you have this money, but you don't wanna both something only to have it. I have. And you stay that energy with you. But energy, when they stay long time, they lose the value. This is it. All time, give it, taking. And the same schema, the same system is with information.
100%. I feel the more you share, the higher you get elevated. And for some reason, and I don't know where the source of this comes from, maybe it's fear, I don't know. The more you hold back and keep for yourself, the less elevated you are. But the more you share, the more elevated you become. And that's one of the things I'm challenged with, that I need to start doing more. And I've had some people request it, and I just need to do it. And people are asking me, you should share on how to do a podcast. And I'm like, why? There's like dozens of videos out there tell you how to do a podcast. You should talk about the cameras you use. And I go, like, there's dozens of videos out there of the cameras I use, but it's not my take on it. I'm not sharing my journey. And I think if I would share more, I think people would actually find, I think it's a wrong attitude that I've had in the past. Maybe I'm getting a little pushing from you to share more about, the equipment that I'm using and the software and I actually, interesting enough, I just connected with somebody on LinkedIn. We were going to have a podcast and talk, share the technical, it's called, I guess in English you would call it a tech stack. So what is the tech stack that I'm using? And what's interesting is I've had somebody recently request, what's your tech stack? And I had to sit down and really think about it. It's like 7 pages long, where I wrote out every single, I'm using, as an example, this is riverside.fm. I'm using that. I'm using, we're using ClickUp as a project management tool. We're using, it just goes on and on and on. What are we using for our QR codes? What are we using for our video editing? So we use frame.io for our video editing. And, we use the Adobe suite. So we're using Adobe Premiere. It's just, I think it was actually a good exercise for me, because I think I take it for granted that this is easy. It's not easy. It's quite difficult. There's quite so many different websites and frameworks that we're utilizing. And it's not so much that any one of them is a difficult thing to learn. It's just the whole thing together and putting it all together, and then providing the cadence, the consistency of posting every single week is a challenge. I'm sure you know that yourself, and you have the content, but are we willing to share it? Trying to learn to do that more is share. Because I have a lot of amazing pictures that I've taken, and no one has seen them.
How to start? This is the first question. Yeah. Before first step.
You got to post it so people can see it. Or in your case, you printed it so people could buy it. You actually printed the photo so they could look at it and go, oh, that's a nice photo. Let me buy that. Oh, before I forget, to be clear, when I bought the photo from Konrad, what I feel like I actually bought wasn't the photo. It was because we had such a wonderful interaction. I bought the experience. So the photo is actually worth quite a bit more than what I paid him. Because I had a really good experience with the interaction, just him showing it and very excited about his trip and excited about how he's funding it through just selling photos. And I thought you were just so energetic that we were able to feed off of some of his energy and positivity that he had about the trip. So probably didn't pay you enough, buddy.
When I start my travel, I don't think which person I will be, because I'm planned to go to Santiago. After Santiago, came back to Poland, and I see on the navigation only the way. But that's what's happening on the way. What situation I met, what solutions I have for something problems, what person I'm create. Because now I'm not the same Konrad who started the travel. This Konrad is building from the experience, lessons, target, falls. But this also will be not working when you not make the first step. You can analyzing, you can searching deepest and deepest and deepest and deepest. And I don't have enough information. It doesn't matter. Make first step. The same I have with social medias. Sharing every week something posts. That be for me very, But now, when you know why you make something and for what, why I sharing posts, why Kirk spoke with me, and what we give it in this all value, it's this motivation to doing and hardest thing about your person. Look, that's what you said. How many platforms, how many options you have to choose, and you can share your setup to other person. And this is plus for you because you share that. Plus, which person you are when you make research and you trying, this is not this, nah, I can try which person you are on this way. This is the most important thing. And remember, you can choose nothing, and this too fine. For you, it's okay. It's amazing. And this is the funniest part of the life. You can choose everything, and it's okay. You can choose nothing, and this is too okay. It's your decision. The politics,
right,
the religion don't take the responsibility for your life. They can talk you. It's good, it's bad, it's whatever. But how you feel with it? It's not easy. But life is start when you make the first step.
Right. I mean, how many podcasts have you been on?
It's my first podcast.
Oh, wow. First podcast. Cool. Maybe we can do another one when you're at another step in your adventure.
Yes.
Feel free to reach out. I'd love to connect with you again. Can you share your social media?
My social media, guys. YouTube, Advantage with Konrad. But it's not cool working when you search that. So the all informations about my travels, videos and posts you can find on Instagram, Adventures with Konrad, and then something videos and more private things on Facebook, Konrad Majszak, plus videos on TikTok, Adventures with Konrad, same like in Instagram.
Yeah, we'll link to all those in the video. Oh, and before I let you go, I'm just curious, did you get a chance to go visit the Pellegrino Museum?
Where was the Pellegrino Museum?
The Pellegrino Museum. So if there's a water fountain that you pass to walk kind of up some stairs to go into the entrance to the church. Mm-hmm. At the bottom where that water fountain's at is the museum.
Aha.
So it's
on the right side.
There's a store that will hold bags that they have like a bag storage. So it's below, it's right there. It's below. You walk down the stairs and it's right there. It's free. There's no cost. They even offer free use of the lockers there. So if you say I'd like have a locker, I think you can either put €1 in there or they'll give you, it's not €1, but it's a little coin that you can use a locker down in the basement. Uh-huh. And I think it's 3 or 4 stories high. Elaine and I went and visited, and it has all the history of the Camino there, how it started and everything. And I found it quite interesting because it all kind of started from a monk that found a Roman grave and then shared that knowledge with the king, and the king proclaimed, well, that's the grave of St. James. It all started from that. Yeah. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of, I made a list, and I'm working on a post, but I thought I have I think I'm up to 13 things. 13 things nobody tells you about the Camino. And that was one of them, was the story. And then the most recent one, I'm up to 11. The most recent one, and I got to share this with you because I think you're going to, before we go, I got to share this. I met someone at the train station in Santiago because we took and flew out of Madrid. So we took the train from Santiago to Madrid, and I saw him there, and he had a backpack, and the backpack was nearly empty. And I just asked him, what's your story, and why is your backpack so empty? He's like, oh, well, that's the way I did the Camino. And I'm like, well, tell me, what did you do? He's like, well, the backpack started out full. And he goes, I took all of my old clothes, all my old T-shirts, all my old socks, all my old underwear, and I packed it, and that's what I was going to wear on the Camino. So every day when his clothes were dirty and he took a shower and changed, he took those clothes and he threw them in the trash. So every day his pack got lighter.
Look at this. When a lot of persons start, for example, in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port and then make the all franchise way. In Pamplona, they has the half of the all everything. So they have all day less. It's amazing.
Yeah, he even threw away a pair of shoes. So when he was at the train station, he just had his sandals. I think he said he did the last 2 or 3 days in sandals because he threw his boots out because he had worn them out. I mean, he didn't throw them out because they weren't good still. They were worn out. But he took an old pair of boots to start, and by like the last 3 or 4 days or whatever it was, he had worn them out. I guess the sole came out or there was a hole or something. So he did the last few days in his sandals. Yeah, so he wasn't even wearing boots.
Bro, for me, it's like how you can walk with sandals. But by the way, I meet the woman from Poland. She's walking 3,500 kilometers from under Warsaw, from Austria, Switzerland, France, and here to Santiago in sandals.
In sandals.
In sandals.
Wow. That's amazing.
She
I don't
told
know
me
if I
about
could do
the
that or
small
not.
stones,
Yeah.
what's cane under the feet, but it doesn't matter. Like when you are in this connection, everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Exactly.
And the words helps you.
Yes. Well, Konrad, thank you so much for meeting with me today. I really appreciate you taking the time out. And I'm guessing you're in your tent, right?
Yes.
Is that a tent?
I am in tent. Thank you too, Kirk.
Oh, that's so cool. I always forget to mention, this is Kirk Francis with Vibe Your Vibe. And thanks everybody for watching. All right, bye-bye.